Okay.
Looks like we got some audio going on here.
Maybe now they can hear. Hopefully. I don't know what that was.
Nobody's watching, so it's all good as far as that goes. So.
Well, as far as that goes, then you're a piece of shit.
Mm-hmm. Any case, we were just gonna act as if nothing happened.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, cool. Games, PS4, Xbox.
Yeah, all good. Awesome. Thanks, guys, for watching. This has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, big fan of the games.
As far as Get Crow goes.
Yeah, THC.
All right.
I mean, no one's watching.
Nobody's watching, and nobody ever will. We're dumb.
No, you're dumb. No, you're gonna get 2 or 3, stragglers.
Oh, we got one watching. What? Okay, you know what that means? One for one.
Yeah, 1 for 1. Let's do it.
Okay. Well then, welcome to the Canadian One Watch Shop talk about the Chop Shop.
Yeah,
and such as
Team Haircast.
Team HC.
Man, if you could make if we could have a thing where we would have like a super popular podcast or anything like that, and it would just be the Team Haircast, and we just so much hair. Like, no,
we don't cut it. Like we're wiping our arses with
the
said hair.
Man, it would be amazing. Just the Haircast. I love that. I love that idea. And
this guy likes 80s stuff.
Well, yeah, who doesn't?
Oh man, every time I tap this thing, it's just okay. I got to keep my feet away from that.
Stop touching the damn thing there.
Stop touching me! That's what Shane says every day I'm hanging with him. Stop touching me! You know that hurts.
You know what that reminds? That's exactly what that Michael Jackson documentary thing I was watching. This shit's messed up.
Okay, I need to watch it because I'm still on the fence. So you're saying that Michael Jackson was a straight rapist?
Not yet. I'm only halfway through the documentary.
Oh.
But it's absolutely worth watching.
See, I don't know where I would side.
Before this, I'd be like, I don't know, whatever. It's probably not a big deal. But I don't know.
As you're watching it,
man, if you watch that documentary, it might change your mind.
There's a documentary I watched that if you watched, it would change your mind.
Which one's that?
The Greatest Story Never Told.
Oh, you watched all that?
I watched the whole thing. That's like 8-9 hours.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like 10 hours. Yeah.
At the end, I was still like, but
yeah.
But at the same time, yeah,
at the same time, it's the greatest story.
It's at the same time a super duper wicked awesome cool guy. Carl Broth.
Yeah.
So Shane is here, and he has had a lot of thoughts about things.
Oh, tell me these
that
things.
Only you want to hear.
Maybe
even you want to hear this. So take it away. Click. Screen's on you now. That was that.
Like that's the. Like
yeah, right. This means screen on.
We got the. Oh, we're doing the
the
limperest thing. Yeah. Man, you're a dumbass. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I do.
Thank you.
You know what's kind of interesting today?
No.
Nintendo had a Direct, which is like a little 20-minute video conference thing. And they're giving Zelda, they're giving that IP to this company that they made Crypt of the Necro Dancer. Have you ever heard of that? It's a big.
You need to rewind here, because what you're saying sounds like they're giving Shell Oil over to.
No.
They're giving the Legend of Zelda over to someone.
For one game, yeah.
For one game. Oh, I thought they were just giving them the rights to Legend of Zelda. Here, you're cool.
No, but have you heard of Crypt of the Necrodancer?
No.
So it's this dungeon crawler where you have to move to the beat of the music, otherwise you get hurt and stuff like that. and
Okay.
it's whatever. So like it's a small developer, like they're nothing, and they just announced the sequel, and it's all based on Zelda: Link to the Past. With
No.
I think they said 30 music tracks remixed for the game or something like that, and that's incredible. I don't understand how that happened.
So what do you mean music tracks remixed? Like actual Link to the Past tracks?
Yeah, Link to the Past, anything Zelda related is in it. You can play as Link, you can play as Zelda in this.
I'm very intrigued.
And it's the game style is a bit weird. Like I played the first one, and it's a little different, but it's still kind of cool. And just the fact that Nintendo's just gonna give over an IP like that, and they're like, yeah, you know, I like what you're doing here. Take Zelda and do it. That's amazing.
As long as they make something that's, I mean, I'm gonna piss off a lot of people. As long as they would make something, you know, not Breath of the Wild.
Well, it's not. Yeah, like I'll have to show you a video because it's not like it's not what you're thinking. It's not a.
Like this isn't. This is gonna be low budget. You're saying this isn't Nintendo.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so they're gonna make something or not I mean, they're gonna make something like classic.
Okay, but it's not. It's not. Like, don't think Link to the Past.
Well, man, Brandon knows about this.
It's not.
Frick.
Yeah,
he should be on the podcast.
It's not that style again. It's a music-based dungeon crawler.
Right, I forgot about
Music
based
dungeon crawler. You move to the beat of the music. It's weird, but it works.
That's so interesting.
And just the fact, yeah, like what you're saying.
Yeah, I am.
Did Nintendo approach them?
Yeah.
Absolutely, that had to be, because if you're these guys, I forget what the name of their company is. There's no way they went to Nintendo and they're like, "Hey, can we use Zelda for the next game? Can we play through maybe use some Zelda?
Can we use some Ocarina of Time, guys?
Can we have some Zelda? Can we?
No, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying.
No, absolutely not. It had to be the other way around. And they were probably shitting their pants. They're probably still shitting their pants.
Or they approached Nintendo and Nintendo said, "Go."
Yeah, but that's not like. Come on, there's no way. Like, it's not. No, it can't happen.
Well, why would Nintendo say, "Hey, we really need you to make a music-based Zelda game where you move to the beats of this music"?
I don't know, but
kind of doubt that. I kind of think they asked Nintendo. But who am I?
That's
Dusty.
such a dumb thing to. Maybe they did.
But you never know. I mean, Nintendo's making a Labo, so what the hell do I know?
Labo is just is trash.
We're making cardboard. Let's make beat to the music. Yeah, you're probably right. Now that I thought of that, you're absolutely right. Nintendo approached them. Yeah,
I can't like that's
because they made Labo.
Doesn't make sense. That's
only because they made Labo.
But it opens it up to many possibilities. Sure, yeah. I mean, this isn't the first time Nintendo's done something like this. They gave Capcom the rights to make a couple Zelda games on the Game Boy Color and stuff like that. They gave Sega the rights to help out with F-Zero on the GameCube. And I thought there was another thing they did where they let somebody else kind of take
Zelda
over.
gave... Or what are you talking about here?
Nintendo gave Capcom...
rights to make Zelda on the Game Boy Color.
2 Zeldas on the Game Boy Color.
Okay.
Which is surprising, but...
Okay.
Yeah, and he's saying it's an indie studio, and he's exactly right. It's super indie studio. Like, they had good sales on that Crypt of the Necrodancer. Like, they did good, but they're still, super small. Caden says, Nintendo seems to be turning over a new leaf. Rabbids, Starlink, this thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually forgot about Rabbids.
Yeah, that Rabbids thing. Yeah, that was kind of weird. And Starlink, I don't even know what kind of game that is, but they have Star Fox and a bunch of Star Fox characters in that.
You know, it could be okay. Like, it could be okay. I haven't seen it, but... I mean,
yeah, maybe, but it's still surprising that they're lending out everything. You know, like they're letting other people use their shit, which...
Okay, talking about that. Okay, so where or when does Nintendo... Okay.
Are you going somewhere with
Yes,
this?
when, like, maybe it's just me, but are they ever gonna make like a true new IP? Because how long have they milked the Mario, the Donkey Kong, the Kirby, the Yoshi? Like,
Okay, yeah.
where is their new IP?
I know...
Because PlayStation is coming up with that shit nonstop.
Yeah. I know Pikmin was a newer IP. They came out with that in like 2002, 2003, something like that. But after that...
Splatoon, okay.
Yeah, Splatoon, yeah. There's a... That's solid. Yeah.
Maybe that's just maybe that's just what the new age IP does. It's kind of there and then forgotten. Because it's like when Mario and Zelda came out and Kirby, that was huge.
Yeah.
But like nothing sticks like that. You know, nothing is gonna be like 3 decades long.
No, exactly.
Do you think Splatoon is a 3-decade IP?
No.
You know, do you think Uncharted is? I don't know. Maybe?
No.
Final Fantasy was, but that was Square on Nintendo way back, but...
Yeah. Yeah, Uncharted's only been around since like 07, 08.
It's a damn good
Something
IP.
like that. Oh, heck yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, Animal Crossing was 2002 for us. In Japan, it was a 64 game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Animal Crossing came out in 2002.
For us. It came out earlier in Japan on the 64.
What am I thinking on the 64? I'm thinking of something different then.
There's...
Harvest Moon. My
Okay,
bad.
yeah,
That's what I'm thinking
yeah,
of.
Yeah, Harvest Moon. Nintendo has so many powerhouse, iconic characters.
Oh, they do.
I really don't think it's a priority for them.
You know what? You're right, Brandon.
to
They made them.
New IPs.
They made them. It's like, but eventually, right? Maybe when we're all dead. Maybe when it's in 2120. But IPs need to be made again.
Yeah.
But it's weird though that the IPs in when 8-bit came out, that is what's. It's like nostalgia is keeping everyone into gaming.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
we're all me and you are hardcore in nostalgia.
But
we collect old school games and stuff. But it seems like the nostalgia, the Donkey Kong, 1982 or 83, the arcade,
like
that thing is like what? 36 years old.
Excellent podcasting skills, crystal clear audio. I hope.
Honestly, tell me the truth.
Yeah.
Whatever. Tell us the truth. If it's shit, whatever.
No, I see some of his pickups. He picked up a bunch of arcade cabinets the other day.
Like PCBs or actual arcade cabinets?
Yeah, legit cabinets.
Oh man, awesome. That's so sweet.
Yeah, he's doing great.
Way to go, Captain Retro. I wish it was you. Oh man.
I mean the super loud freaking heating thing over there. It's not doing us.
Don't worry about it. We're not doing anything.
Well, maybe I am gonna worry about it.
You prefer the silent movie versions. I don't know how shitty we sound.
We must sound like complete ass.
Whatever. You know what? If we're getting trolled, we're getting trolled. All I see is the mic thing is going up.
So it's going.
And people are hearing us. So
I mean,
whatever.
it might be peaking a little bit. Maybe we should bring that down. I'll bring it down a little bit.
Now everyone's happy. Woo!
Yeah, so you're not even getting... Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, you sound fine. He's breaking balls.
Okay, put it back up then. We had such a fail there before.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Like, we've never had a problem with that.
Well, there's this guy, a friend of the shop, this guy named Kai. Kai. And you know what? Honestly, it is literally his fault. Literally. He was in here and he said it was good. No,
and then he left and it turned to shit.
He wasn't in here and he didn't. No. We're just blaming him. But okay, so let's just look at this. We're talking about IPs.
Yeah, we can talk more on IPs. There's a lot of dissect and unpack there.
Like, whatever. We could talk about
I know
anything.
what you mean about nostalgia, but at the same time, back then, when Super Mario World came out, you weren't nostalgic for Mario at the time. You were just excited to play the next Mario.
I was so young at the time.
Yeah, but same with like Mario 64. You were excited to play the next Mario. And then even, I mean, for me, Mario Sunshine, I was excited to play that Mario. And
I was too old for that.
That was a huge letdown, that Mario Sunshine. And then the Galaxies on the Wii I stayed away from. The Wii U stuff I stayed away from.
When did Sunshine come out? Was that post
That was
2000?
2002.
Okay. I was long out of that by that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I was actually playing Final Fantasy 11 at that point. Yeah. I was
really, Sunshine is my jam. Man, yeah, we talked about that before.
The GameCube, I did not play.
Man,
the 64 my grandparents had, and I played it. But once the GameCube came out, I was on PC. I was on Final Fantasy 11, StarCraft, StarCraft came a bit earlier, but yeah.
I still remember playing, like seeing whatever, like Mario Sunshine's coming out, so I pre-ordered it at Walmart in Winnipeg, and then so at the time now I'm 13 years old. And I think I'm big shit. I pre-ordered a game with my own damn money.
Whoa!
And so then like I walk
hit. You probably put that all over MySpace.
Yeah, I walk into Walmart and then they have the game that you can just play on like their TVs and stuff. So I walk in there and I'm like, I'm gonna test it out just to make sure it's good. And meanwhile, I'm buying it anyway. Like. I already pre-ordered. I'm buying.
You're
it
acting
anyway.
like you're such tough shit,
man. I'm acting.
You think
like
you're so tough shit.
I'm acting like I'm a big motherfucker. Like I can just not buy the game. Like I'm gonna walk out of here, and my mom's gonna drive me home in the minivan without the game.
Yeah,
it's not gonna happen. But like, I played it, and I'm just not that impressed. Flood can suck a lot of things. I just that whole water thing, man. I don't understand how Captain Retro can say that Mario Sunshine is a better game than Mario 64.
I didn't play it. My cousin had it. I played it a little bit. I wanted to go home and play FF11. That was honestly crack. That was my first MMO.
On Sunshine.
No, FF11 online. Final Fantasy 11.
Yeah. So, but he was playing Sunshine?
My cousin was.
Yeah, okay.
And I played a bit. Okay, yeah, the jet is shitting out water and you're going for it.
Yeah, it's just...
I'm like, okay, look, it was okay, but I always played Mario 64. But then when they brought it down once, I played a bit, but I don't know. I was kind of out of it at that point.
Yeah, Sunshine, I couldn't deal. It's a nice hand he got.
Oh shit, it needs to go over my way.
Well,
you like that?
Why do you keep, I don't know. Why do you keep moving it?
Flood ain't that bad. 64 was better though.
Yeah.
That says Bren Frey.
I don't understand how Captain Retro can say that 64 blows. Man, that was just
How many times have we said that?
That the 64 blows? A lot.
We are joking with
not.
like
The
this.
64.
Not the double. With that. We're joking.
Yeah. Well,
I had the PS1.
At the time,
I had the PS1. I was jealous, but the FMVs and shit and stuff for PS1. I was like, okay, look at this. I have a 4-disc or 3-disc Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah.
Everyone had to bow down to the PlayStation.
But there's no way that he can say that the graphics sucked, because in '96 when that game launched,
didn't GameCube use the same shitty frickin' the same component or whatever, or composite?
Composite, yeah.
Yeah.
They had a component later on.
They used the same crap.
But you can't say the graphics were that shitty, because at the time, if you're going from, I don't care what Super NES game you're thinking of, and then you jump to Mario 64.
Mario 64, even though that was 96, I was playing Mario RPG on the Super Nintendo. That was 1996.
Yeah.
Same year. And I saw Mario 64. I mean, they're both so impressive. But I saw Mario 64, and I'm like, PlayStation cannot get this in-game graphics. Not a chance. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Mario 64, PlayStation was not doing that. Yeah, I know.
Oh.
Chicken wings.
I was 18 in 96. I felt both the Polygonal 64 and PS1 blowed. Fun games, but graphically blowed.
Interesting. Okay, so 18 at 96. So 78. Okay.
Where would that have put you?
He's 4 years older than me then.
Okay. Yeah, see,
I could see that though, but at my age, that was like mind blowing. Mind blowing. It just completely blew my mind. SNES rules. Okay. Yes. I still like the PS1, but SNES does rule.
Oh yeah, especially those later games, like even Chrono Trigger.
Like I said,
it's just beautiful.
So would Captain Retro say that Super Mario RPG was more impressive than Mario 64 for the for the N64 in the same year? That was both 96. What would he say?
That's a good question. I don't know what he would say. PS2 is my shit, and GameCube is so much prettier in 3D for Mario to me. Atari Jaguar Master Race! Yeah, the Jaguar was the best 64-bit system.
The Jaguar CD.
Yeah. No. Definitely the best. Mario RPG is amazeballs and graphically better.
For the Super Nintendo, it blew my mind.
You know what? Alright.
It was both 96, but it blew my mind. But Mario 60...
Alright.
Go ahead.
So here's what I'm thinking. Okay, if you compare
Cheers.
Super Mario World to Super Mario RPG.
That's 5 years.
Graphically. That's incredible.
Oh, it's way better.
Way better. So, what I'm thinking is, if we could have got a Mario 64 2, 4 or 5 years later, what would...
Like in 2000 or something.
Like? Yeah. What would that have looked like? Would that have been... Because...
I don't know.
You have to remember that
you're right, because I don't know what like the end game of the N64 looked like. In fact, I think it probably didn't improve much.
It didn't. You're right.
I didn't think it did.
It really didn't.
But I don't know. I don't know though.
Games got a bit bigger. Like we got like Donkey Kong 64. We got Conkers, where the games were the larger, more levels.
That's right. Yeah.
Larger, but graphically, like they were a little bit better, but not. Yeah, not that much better.
I don't even know what came out in the end of its lifespan.
The last game on 64, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3.
I don't know what it looks like.
Not that great.
But like, because I'm thinking GoldenEye, that was 1997. The reason I know that is because that got Game of the Year instead of Final Fantasy VII.
GoldenEye got
GoldenEye was number 1.
Really?
And Final Fantasy, that was on whatever.
So you were a salty little bitch.
Oh, I was a bit salty about it. But
like you didn't even go into
work. But GoldenEye was
You didn't go to work the next day when you heard out about it.
But then I'm thinking Mario 64 was 96. Man, like Diddy Kong Race. See, I don't really know what all really happened. Like Diddy Kong Racing, and I don't know that 64 when it came to the 2000s or 99. I don't have a clue.
Yeah.
But the PS1, they sure lasted a long time.
They did. And yeah, you know what? Like, FF9 did look a lot better than FF7.
And FF8 looked damn good too.
Like, my problem with those games is, like, they look good when you're further panned back, but as soon as you start being super
FF7
close,
was primitive polygon. That's why. But FF8 and 9, yeah. 9 was the best for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, graphically 9 was absolutely best. Yeah. We want a DK64 2. Yeah, it'd be fine. He loved playing GoldenEye and Turok, but still hated the graphics.
Yeah. You know, there's a lot to say with the graphics, because you could say that it was what do you call it? Like distance drawing.
Yeah,
like that was pretty shitty.
Yep.
Like control was pretty bad. Like FPS was bad. Like, I
but
mean,
it was
not just graphics.
It was all a new idea. So that's why it worked. Yeah, like if you
I understand though.
Man, if you fast forward 20 years from now, and then you look at video games from the 80s on, that 64 PS1 era, that's ugly as shit. Like they had the right idea, but they couldn't make it work.
But I will say that PS1 handled it a little better.
I would say Saturn handled it a little bit better
than PS1. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm wrong, but
you know what? In-game graphics, N64 nailed it. They beat them all out the park. PS1, I just loved that they actually brought some 32-bit stuff to their system. You know what I mean? I mean 16-bit stuff. Like,
I know what you're saying.
16, 32, whatever.
Nintendo was driven by gameplay, so it didn't matter. They still make the funnest games and rely on wacky controller designs. It's their bread and butter. Brandon says, does someone want to try and explain Google Stadia to Dusty? Man, I tried a little bit. He did already.
Actually, I actually kind of get it.
We talked, what was it? Yeah, it was yesterday.
It was yesterday.
Yeah, on the
day
of. Man,
I came down here and he was talking to me about it.
Man, that is super, super interesting. And I
haven't watched it, but
I'm gonna do a one-on-one podcast with Caden yet, because he's a developer and like web developer, programmer, all that shit. So he understands like the back end of what Google's trying to do. So I'm gonna do something there, a little Q&A with him yet. But man, super interesting. Just the fact that you don't need a console to play this thing. Like
it sounds like a web browser, but the power's on their end. You were saying, right?
Yeah. Wear a condom, and you don't have to worry about Google's STD. Yeah. I heard. I saw that one going along a little bit, but
I don't care. I heard it from Captain Retro first. I like that. That I like. Google STD.
Yeah. What do you got? PS5, Xbox One. Got an STD.
I think it's gonna do obnoxiously well. You know what? That sounds badass. Because browser games to me sound like trash, but this sounds like the power's on their end, and it's instant. It's like Flash. It's like you installed the newest Flash player.
When they showed,
and now, but it's I can't believe it.
Yeah, if it takes off,
that's the strongest Flash.
You know what?
Player
That's
I've ever
exactly
heard.
it. Catherine Rush says if it takes off, it's over. That's
That'd
absolutely
badass.
It. So my question is,
save all the media you have. Yeah,
because we all kind of understand what's going on here. What is PS5's game plan? What's the new Xbox game plan here? I think Nintendo, they're a little bit separated because their IPs are their IPs. Like you can't touch that. They're doing their own thing.
I agree.
But like, what is the next move for Sony and Microsoft? Like if this shit takes off, how can you compete with them aside from a loyal fan base? Like I think they're going to be fine for the next generation, like PS5 and Xbox 1080, whatever they call it. That will be okay, but the next one, I think, is in jeopardy.
It might be called the Internet Explorer, right? Internet Explorer, I guarantee you they're going to rip it. They're going to rip the NEL.
Yeah, see?
What?
But yeah, Catherine Edwards says Nintendo's fine, and they're right. Sony and Microsoft will merge in the great Disney buyout of 2022. Yeah, Disney's buying everything right now. If you're
you know what? I never thought of that.
They're going anywhere. Yeah,
guess what? Disney owns all the video games. Oh yeah,
all the games. Brandon says, I know Xbox is going to do something similar to Google. I really think PlayStation is going to fall behind everyone else in the new generation. Man, that would
be sad.
That is
that'd be like
crazy ass comment, because PlayStation.
So Sony's the new Sega.
Yeah, you can.
That'd be sad.
You can shut. But like Sony, they led in the PS1 generation top seller. PS2, they led everybody by a mile. PS3, they beat 360 barely,
somewhat.
but they beat it. PS4, they are destroying Xbox One. We'll see where Switch goes into that yet, but Nintendo's on their own path. They're doing whatever they want. But yeah.
And PS5, you're saying that they're dumb, they're shit, and I need to shut up.
He's saying that they're in trouble, and you know what? They are in trouble. They need to. The PlayStation Online infrastructure and what they have going on there is complete shit. It sucks. They go down all the time. It is terrible. They need to completely revamp that. They'd probably have to throw $500 million at it to make it better. But it's going to be super interesting to see what happens here. The only like downside with this Google thing is for guys like us and our remote area here. You drive 10 minutes in any direction, you can't get proper internet.
True.
Right? So this Google Stadia is going to be a joke. It's going to be nothing. You can't do anything. Even for me at home, like here where I am right now, I think we have 150 megabits a second download speed, something like that. If I go home, which is literally what, 3 miles, 4 miles
to Mitchell?
Yeah.
Oh, that's whatever. 5-6 miles. Let's say 5 miles.
All right, say it's 5. Say it's 5 miles to my house. The best internet I can get is 10 megabits a second. I get 150 here, and I could go higher, but I get 150 here, which is good enough. But if I drive literally 5 miles to my house, and I have 10, and that's the best available. The best available. So this Google Stadia is not going to be available to me at home. Not a chance.
I need to go pee-pee.
Oh, okay. Well, go ahead. I'll get these comments going.
You hold the fort.
Yeah, Sony hasn't announced what their plans are. They could turn it around. I mean, maybe. Sony needs to kill their movie division and strictly focus on gaming and innovation in their tech. Yeah, you're right. Sony, like their movie division has been losing money, and they're not doing any good. Sony video games was one of the biggest things that kept them going and kept the shareholders happy because it was actually making money. I'm interested to see what the Sony VR2 is going to be as well. PlayStation dominated PS4. They retained their fan base. Yeah, you're right there. Google and Xbox, super easy to use. Maybe, but man, there's a lot of the world that's going to need that physical media. Like, you get the collector and everybody that's going to want this physical disc or cartridge or whatever. But then you're going to get the people with the bad internet that they can't get it. They can't do it. So that's going to be a big thing. Plus, we don't know how well this is going to work, right? Like, even if your internet connection is perfect and you're playing one of these games through the browser, if that input lag is too much, which doesn't take a whole lot, but if it's too much, you can't play anything. It's gonna be impossible to play it and have a good time. You think Sony's gonna stick with physical media in the upcoming gen? Yeah, yeah, that's probably right. I'd be surprised if they went away from it. And they should probably stop making phones. Yeah, I mean, maybe. I don't know. I can't focus on any of their phones. But, I don't know. There's still something to physical media. Like, the problem with
Here I am.
any game you make for... any game you're going to make for this Google Stadia, Google STD, if that platform goes down, that game's gone forever. Right? You can't play it. So
an exclusive.
Yeah, whatever. You have a game on that platform and you love it. You can't just keep it and then play it any other time. Like,
it's got to be on the server. It's got to be on the server.
It's one of those things you can't bring into the cabin and play with your buddies. Like, that's gone. Even though most of the games
that's kind of sad. Yeah, you can't just go to Longbow Lake with no internet and like just play the game. Google Stadia. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, or even whatever, your internet goes down. That happens all the time. It's happened at my house.
Yeah.
Like a shit ton. And it sucks. But, yeah, it happens all the time.
Yeah.
Well, the Wii supported internet there, Caden, but I'll make it simple. How many digital games do you own versus physical?
Well, you have a lot of physical games.
I like that.
I don't know if you can really...
I'm the wrong guy to ask.
Yeah. Besides that, like, you call your own? Yeah, I mean, I really do prefer physical. I do prefer it.
Yeah.
But if it's like a digital only, like let's say I haven't bought it yet, but Cuphead, I'll probably buy that digital.
Yeah.
Can you buy it physical?
No.
Okay. There. Done. That's a...
Wait.
Resident Evil 2 remastered. I'd probably play it on the PC, but I would like to have it on the console.
Oh, he's talking about the Wii Mini sold to Canada. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that one didn't have internet, but...
Interesting. Oh, yeah, you know what? I can see that, Brandon. Like, most people don't bother with physical anymore. I understand, right?
Yeah.
Coming from, like, the younger generation, right? I understand that.
Yep.
And,
but the difference, too, is... I don't know what the numbers are, but I bet you there's... I bet you probably 70% of games right now are only available digitally.
Only? Really? That could be. I don't know.
There's anything indie is going to be available.
Well, are you talking about... Okay, that's confirmed. Okay, so are you talking about every... Like, are you talking about every single game? Like, are you talking about those shitty Korean web browser games that are digital
I'm
only?
saying on PS...
Are you talking about actual
I'm talking...
big-time releases here?
Just think of Steam. How many games on Steam have a physical release?
I don't know.
10%?
That's what I would guess.
Maybe? Right?
I don't know anyone who has like a freaking what do you call it? A Fortnite freaking physical copy or a PUBG physical copy. I don't know anyone who has that.
But just think of anything else on Steam. Like all those indie games.
You're right.
All those small games, man, it's endless. Where they can't afford to be picked up by a publisher. They don't have the exposure to be picked up by a publisher.
But that's where I think a console with physical releases is important. Because these are actual highly developed AAA titles. Like anything physical should be actually like multi-million-dollar projects. You know, not freaking albino in the basement for 5 years making, you know, some freaking game.
Sure.
No?
Well, but you still need that. You still have to have that exposure. You have to get found. I mean, you could have, say, there's 10 of us guys here. We're working on a game and it's freaking kick-ass. We have to now go find a publisher that believes in you, that's going to rape you for any money that you're possibly going to get out of this. Well, and then you get a physical release.
Okay, imagine like someone making Kirby's Dream Land 4 or 5 or whatever the hell it's at.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's not going to be indie developer. Like, you would hope not. Right?
No.
But I know...
But you need to have the backing of something... Like, you know what?
Nintendo isn't going to put that on Steam only.
Yeah, exactly.
Kirby's Dream Land 4.
Say even take the Final Fantasy VII remake that everybody's all excited about, which like we're probably never going to see.
And it's probably going to be trash anyway. Not what I want.
Because they put their C-list developer to work on this shit. And that just doesn't make sense to do that, because you have a bunch of these guys that don't really know what they're doing. They're making this biggest game ever, and yeah, I highly doubt that game's going to exist, and they want to release it in like 3 parts or 4 parts, whatever it was.
Shouldn't that have been released like a few years ago? Already?
Yeah, and like you think you're gonna have 4 parts in stores. You're gonna physical release all 4 parts.
You're not.
You're buying the one maybe.
You're right.
And then you're downloading the patches and stuff like that. So
or you buy the original and then
like
you get the
Metroid
patches.
Prime 4 a Z-list dev. Well, not anymore.
Okay,
like Retro Studios is working on it now, right? Am I just hoping that, or is that actually legit? I thought Retro is working on that now, which is much better. I thought Retro was working on that. I could be wrong.
So what's the difference if they make this game, and then they release it, and like you said, or whatever, let's say you can just download the updates though. As long as you make the original game, you can get all the updates. Like let's say Diablo 3. There's so much more that came after it. The auction house went away, and whatever, all this crap. But like you still get the physical copy, but when you update it, it's totally different.
Yeah.
Right? Over the years. So there is still kind of need for physical copies, but at the same time there's absolutely no need for it. I like shelf candy, but... And I'm sure all of you guys like it too.
Like all of them?
Yeah, all 3 that have been chatting. You guys all like shelf candy. But, like, what would you guys think? Captain Retro, Brandon, what would you think? Like, do you guys want shelf candy? Do you guys want physical releases? Like, for me, I would want to, but at the same time, I do not own a current gen system.
Yeah.
So, I really shouldn't talk.
Well, the problem with...
But I do want it. Go ahead.
The problem with this Google thing is you're never going to own anything. It's going to be subscription based. You pay,
rentals.
You pay $20 a month, you pay $30 a month, and you just play. And that's it.
Subscriptions for everything?
I think so.
Okay, that's badass. Pay $20 a month and you get every game?
They haven't said price point.
I didn't even think of that.
They haven't said price point, but it looks, because they kept pushing in their thing, their conference. They kept pushing, like, you watch a trailer on YouTube, you hit play, you're playing in 5 seconds.
That's so badass.
Right?
Like you said, on your phone, and you can have a weak ass phone, BlackBerry.
Yeah,
and it'll play.
Yeah,
like, that's
so
badass.
But you're not going to own anything.
It's just
you could be a subscriber
rentals.
on this shit for 10 years.
It's like Netflix, you're saying.
Yeah.
It's Netflix for games.
Exactly.
I would probably do it.
That's what I was thinking too.
I'd probably do it.
So what I'm thinking...
That's not a bad idea.
Now
That's not a bad idea.
Picture this. You're 12, 13, 14 years old, whatever it is.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers. Yeah, I'll cheers you before I can keep going.
Before you
but
dump
you're,
everything.
you're 12 or 13, right?
Yeah, 12, 13. Okay, I got it. Just... So I got some hairs growing out of my head.
So at that age, to come up with $400, $500, $600, $700 to buy a console, a game, maybe another controller, man, that's tough. That's not like that is a lot of money at that age.
That's like a Neo Geo back then.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. But now you could, like, people nowadays are gonna have the option where it doesn't matter what you have. You pay $20, $30, $40 a month. You can play it now. Right now, you can play all that shit on anything.
Okay,
think of that. Think of the day one purchase cost on a PS5. That's going to be $500 Canadian minimum after taxes with no.
Say that again. Day one purchase of PS5.
Day one purchase of a PS5 with one game.
Okay.
With one game, you're probably at $550 to $600.
We're talking Canadian dollars.
$550 to $600, right?
So that's like $20 US.
Yeah, 15 maybe. but okay, that's the option with the PlayStation, or you do this thing on the side, Google Stadia.
You get the Netflix. You could buy You could buy 10 Blu-rays from Best Buy for this much, or you just get the Netflix and get them all included in Netflix.
Man,
no, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, dude. You're not wrong.
It's gonna be tough. Google's gonna make
Holy
a shit
crap,
ton of money
man.
here.
No, everyone's gonna do it. Everyone's gonna do it. If
Why
it's like
wouldn't
if it's
you?
like a Netflix,
Why wouldn't you?
If it's like a Netflix Pro like platform, and I was talking to you about VR. Now, because VR, like if they can only do Gran Turismo Sport or Ace Combat, whatever the hell, they can only do like dogfighting or arcade mode.
Like special.
But
modes.
now, if all the power comes from their end, that makes all the difference. That makes all the difference.
Yeah, Captain Retro says I buy real games and I'll only download a game I previously owned or know it's a can't miss. I hate being burned on downloaded games because I can't return it if it sucks or resell it.
I hear ya.
It's like Netflix. If you pay $20 a month, you get a bunch of shows. Rather than spend $30 to buy, then why would you not pick the gaming service? Man, that's exactly it. Like, why? Why
if you can
not?
always have it on demand. And now imagine a VR headset on demand.
One, just picture.
That's badass.
So the other
and
thing,
the power comes from their end.
yeah, that's the other thing too. Is
that's insane. Yeah,
people,
that is gonna
nowadays,
race. That's gonna kick ass, dude.
That's why I told you this is. Scary.
I did not know it was gonna be that. I did not know it was gonna be that.
It's it's gonna
that's
be
Netflix video games,
yeah.
And that's like, my mind's blown. That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, because it's gonna be tough for Sony. I bet you right now Sony is shitting themselves on what the hell do we do now.
I don't know, man.
Like, you gotta hope this whole thing fails and their back end can't do it, because the end of the day is if Stadia goes down, anybody else.
Well, Disney might have more.
Maybe, but they have so much money and they've been in this game where
I think Google, Disney, and Facebook should join, and Twitter should join forces.
and MySpace.
And especially MySpace.
If you could
I'm
bring
so
in-
glad you mentioned
If
that.
you could bring in the MySpace,
Yeah, MySpace.
Now we're talking. Now we're talking.
Well, yeah, then I would ship myself.
The 7th
and
level
Shell Oil Limited.
predicted this 3 years ago. I don't know what the 7th level is, but
I've heard of them.
you could even go as
I have
far.
heard of them, but I don't know.
You could go as far as saying that the Xbox One kind of predicted this, where they were going to be always online, no. What was it? No, they had physical games, but that was it. Like, you could only buy the game and play it, and then you couldn't give it to anybody else. Like, they were kind of on this track.
Oh, it was a one copy type shit. Yeah.
He's a YouTuber. Okay. Yeah, it's like it's not crazy, but why do we have to?
I have no idea. Held.
Oh, okay. I guess Brandon did that.
Okay, Brandon is good. Thanks, Brandon.
Yeah,
You're watching our
man.
shit.
Because Captain Retro said shit, then it gave us a little pop-up
So dumb.
thing. Yeah, that's stupid.
I would never say that word. Not even my
I would
grandma
never.
would say that.
But we were talking. Should I say that?
Yes, dude.
Is that funny enough?
Absolutely.
So my grandma, she is. I
Hot.
think
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
she is 65, I think, right now, something like that. So
Mine's 77.
So this happened a year or two ago. She went to the local Shoppers Drug Mart, which is like a
I like this story.
pharmacy or whatever. I don't know, it's whatever. It's like a little grocery store, pharmacy, makeup place, whatever. So whatever. She pulls in her little Impala, and this guy
drugs.
pulls up right beside her in this big truck, and
Parking in the fucking things.
right beside her. Parks right beside her. So then she gets out, she opens the door, and then she accidentally taps this guy's door with her car door. That happens all the time. And the guy was giving her shit for doing it. And then she's like, no, you pulled up right beside me, like, whatever. So he's still pissed off about it. She shuts her door, she goes inside, she does her shopping. She comes back out, and this guy's still parked right beside her. So then she goes, she grabs her door, and she just freaking slams that thing
right into. He was still there when she came back. He was still there,
and she slammed it right into his truck, and he gave her shit. He's like, what are you doing? You did it again. And he's talking shit, and at the end of the day, I'm gonna quote my grandma so I can't get in trouble.
Yeah,
my grandmother said, "Fuck off, you need Jesus."
And the guy was like,
what do you say to that?
And she drove away.
What do you say to that, man? You can't say anything to that.
Like, shut up, boy.
Yeah, like what? If you're a tough guy, you're 30 years old, you're in a big truck.
Any dude,
and this 65-year-old woman tells you that.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Off. You need Jesus. You said that she is the most silent, the most quiet, the most perfect.
This
conservative woman,
the
beautiful
worst,
old woman.
Yeah, the worst word I ever heard out of her was shit, and she used to work on a farm, so we hear shit. So that's. That's the worst I heard out of her.
But she told this guy,
and she told.
Fuck your stupid truck door. And drove off, man. Like that. If you were that young guy, like I said to you when you told me that today, I'd be like, your mouth would be open, like you couldn't do anything.
What are you gonna do?
You got owned, like that. Like I said, it should be like a still picture of her face, and then Thug Life glasses, and then boom, boom, boom. You're the double Dr. DL, double G, Snoop Dogg. Any case,
yeah. So that was a little tangent over there, but yeah, funny. Like how? That's just it's incredible.
Yeah,
I can't imagine doing that, getting away with something like that. But
so, what would you think would be? I mean, it's too soon maybe for Nintendo, but like, let's just say PS4, Xbox, Xbone. Like, what's the future for that right now? What are they looking at?
Oh man, they're because
you were saying before this release on our other podcast that carts is the way of the future. So how are you feeling about that?
I still like it.
I do too.
I wouldn't be shocked if Sony, Microsoft went with carts or SD cards or micro SD cards,
or even whatever. STD carts. I would do that too.
I think that's. I don't know. I just think that needs to be the way to go, because now, like if we're going next gen, right? Everything's gonna be 4K. Everything's gonna be minimum 60 frames a second.
Well, like you were saying, even like 8, like this Google thing can go 8K, 120.
They have plans to do 8K, 120 frames. Yeah. So that's like disgusting. This next generation for Sony, Microsoft, it has to be 4K, 60 frames minimum. It can't.
I agree with that though. It has 30 frames. It can be a thing of the
30
past.
30 frames sucks.
That can be a thing of the past, as far as I'm concerned.
Sucks balls. So many balls.
30 frames can suck it, but you have to admit that what Google is doing is a lot better than carts.
Yeah.
Than sending out SD cards.
But it depends if you want to have the physical media and actually own the thing, that you can just put this in and you can play it.
That it's just gonna be tiny STD cards.
Yeah, but it's still a thing.
No, I don't know. I haven't been a current gen.
Man, I would be so nervous for Sony and Microsoft right now. Like how, like you can't. Sony especially, you can't compete with the money that Google has, and like if you try to do the same thing that Google's doing,
it's pretty crunk. But I did see it. They did make a game. Amazon. Actually, wouldn't that be funny? Google and Amazon. All of a sudden, it's like no Nintendo, no Microsoft, no Sony.
It's just that'd be.
I would be like you. Imagine your kids or your grandkids are like, oh, remember when it was like Nintendo? That's so old. That's like Egyptian. I'd be like, oh, F you. I'm going to kill you.
My childhood was playing Amazon Prime. That's my
Oh, this is the game from my youth. Stores are just computers that saved old videos or some bullshit.
Amazon has a whole game engine. Alright, so that's big.
Amazon has, honestly, I think they have the most money.
Is he not? Yeah, I was going to say, is that not the richest company in the world?
Well, I don't know. Disney would be close, I would think. Disney and Amazon have got to be way the F up.
Amazon is... I thought Jeff Bezos, I think his name is, I thought he was the richest guy in the world right now.
I have no idea. Amazon, Disney, and oil, like Shell, oil, whatever, oil companies, I would say are the top, but I have no idea. That's why I'd like to see a Shell machine. Shell oil premium. It's like, would you like regular or would you like bronze?
Amazon would be the biggest competitor with Google. Yeah.
Amazon would destroy them too.
Yeah, because you know what? At that point...
Why doesn't Amazon even have their own search engine? You know what's happening, probably. That's going to happen.
But why go there?
Because Google makes a little bit of money. Or are you talking about competing?
Why
even try?
Why would you try? Like,
yeah,
say...
I know
you know, okay, say you're Amazon.
Firefox.
Why would you invest probably like 10 or 20% of your net worth to try and take over MySpace? Like, the chances of you succeeding, it's not that high.
Over MySpace? Sure. You saw what I did there. Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
7.
I know what you mean. It's like you could, because 7. you need. Let's say if you're both of you are worth 100 billion, or let's say a trillion.
Yeah.
Now you're going to invest 10 billion out of a trillion to try and compete with $1 trillion business.
It's not going to work.
No, it's not going to work.
Well, you can try.
Because they're $1 trillion business. You have to be $100 trillion business. Yeah. Then you can compete.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know their net worths. But yeah.
No, I know what you mean, and that's exactly it. Like, they do different things, and yet they kind of work together, right? Like, if you start competing, well, then Google's just gonna not have Amazon show up in their in the searches, right? Exactly. And like, how much does that kill you now? If you're not allowed to show up in the searches.
Also, Google's like, you know what? Yeah, flick the switch.
Man, what? Like, how much would that kill Amazon if Google was like, you know what, we're not going to display anything?
You know what? Amazon would pull every asset and they would just pump it. They would make something. They'd buy Firefox, and Firefox would be nothing. Internet Explorer would be nothing. And then they would have this one thing, and everyone would be like, we have to have this. And they would fucking... No, I'm totally saying exactly the opposite. Because I was going to say, they would have the Google machine.
Not quite.
Okay, there. Go to bed.
Mason Smith, welcome to the stream.
How drunk are we today, boys?
Well,
we've had a Findamond or two, and we've had 18 wing.
Yeah, that was good. That was really good.
We had some good wings.
Yeah, very good.
Not too drunk. We're feeling good. But the most pressing issue are these topics.
Yeah.
And they really, 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 really speak to my soul. And Shane just calls me like gay, and I don't know. I don't really appreciate that.
Well, I think the direct comment that I said was, "You're like the animal I don't care for, plus you have rabies."
And you know what that makes me feel? You know what that makes me feel?
You know what? I don't care what that makes you feel. I don't care if you were a
that
gold
makes me feel
cobra.
This.
You could be a gold cobra, and I wouldn't care.
Gold bars in the shape of a cobra?
Yep.
Not good enough for you. Not good enough.
It's not.
No,
it's not.
No, I need pure gold cobra.
Hey, did I tell you what I found the other day? I was going through my...
Yeah, you found a Q-tip. Wow, good job. I don't care.
I don't know, there's like 500 over there. I found a nickel from 1936.
What?
Was I telling you that?
Nope.
No, I got, in my change somewhere, I got a nickel, a Canadian nickel from 1936. It's got King George on the back.
What?
Yeah.
Who's George?
King George. He's before Queen Elizabeth.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so you got me wondering now. Now we're going way off topic. Nobody gives a shit. But say Queen Elizabeth dies tomorrow.
The second or the third?
The second, right? That's what we have now, right?
Right.
So she's still alive. She's been alive for like 18 million years or whatever.
Right. She just won't die.
So then I forget who's first in line after her.
Prince George.
No, it's not. I forget who it is. But now, whoever's next in line, are we going to start printing, not printing, but like coining our money with their face on there? Like,
I hope it's Julius Caesar, but that's me personally.
Okay, but seriously, is that like...
Caesarly, yeah. I don't know. I actually don't know. Because, yeah, Queen Elizabeth has been on there since my freaking grandparents were born.
Since like the 40s.
Yeah. We've only seen the same freaking curly-haired woman.
Yeah, with the wave and the whole...
Yeah, and then her crown keeps getting bigger. Wow,
so
good.
What happens when she dies? If she ever dies, man, she's probably a freaking robot.
She's probably like, I am not a robot, do what I say.
Man, she's been alive for so freaking long. Like, she was old when we were born already.
Google already removed YouTube from Amazon's Fire devices. I believe. I believe, too. As long as you believe.
We can believe that. Fire. Amazon Fire? Was that like the little USB stick that you stick in there or something?
It was that little stickity doo-hoo-ha.
A little stickity stick.
Yeah, that is very interesting, though. Very interesting.
Man, are you an asshole?
What?
Man, it's a legit question.
I'm not being an asshole.
Man, who's first in line after Queen Elizabeth?
Prince George.
It's not Prince George. It's somebody else. But man, it's interesting to me, okay?
It is. I'm not trying to be an asshole.
It's not Prince George.
But I don't know who it is.
Well, it's not Prince George.
Is there a king? No, it's always been the queen.
No,
wow, we need a queen.
Always. It's been hers
since I've been born, or my mom, or my grandma, or her great, or
King
great,
George,
or great, all the way down to 1200.
King
it's
George.
been Queen Elizabeth.
No,
she does not die.
She doesn't. You're right, man.
But
Charles, or did he step out of line? I don't know, man. We really need some help here. I want to know who's first in line after
Queen Elizabeth II.
Yeah,
I'm guessing Queen Elizabeth III.
I was thinking we'll go back. We'll go Queen Elizabeth.
It's just gonna be their kid, their grandkid. Queen Elizabeth III.
Man, what would happen? Now we're getting like we're not streaming. We're just talking. Say the next person in line to take over the throne is like just
like Pauly Shore.
Like I'm not gonna. I can't do it on it.
Okay.
Just like soup, like, but that's technically first in line.
There's rules against that.
Is there?
From all eternity, there would have to be.
Okay, but it's never been documented enough. Like if Mr.
You're right.
Like if you know Mr.
You're
Timmy, right. Mr. Timmy has, man, what would happen to that?
Well, Caden said it best. Prince William.
Prince William.
No, there's no way. There's no way that person is able to actually run.
I know, but
no, it does not happen.
So
it does not happen.
Do you kill them?
Unless it's a tyranny, and then it's like, okay, now this person's son, no matter what, everyone dies that doesn't listen to him. But then that would be the downfall of the entire country. Because no one like that will run
absolutely
a country to victory. They're not going to know good market paths, and they're not, you know what I mean? They're not going to really know good fishing routes. They're not going to know anything like that.
He says it's Charles, and after Charles, it's Williams. So, Prince Charles, is he?
Yeah, so it is a prince.
Charles
That's what I was thinking.
So
I don't
Charles,
know what I said.
is Charles
Prince.
not like 80 years old or something?
They're young guys.
Not Charles. Charles is old.
So William is the young one.
William's the younger one that got married to that Kate.
Winslow.
No. Kate, what was her name? Kate?
Caitlyn Jenner. I think. Why are you laughing?
Prince Charles is 70. He's
Wow.
been next in line since he was born, and he's still not king. Imagine
70
that.
years
You're
old.
70 years.
Just.
And you are still...
I don't even care anymore.
You are
He's
still
like,
not
he's
king.
milking the retirement plan already. I don't even want the crown.
Man, that is wild.
Because Queen Elizabeth is what, 132? No.
She's like 156 at least. Kate Middleton.
No, it's
that's what I was
Caitlyn
thinking.
Jenner.
Yeah. Caitlyn
I'm pretty sure that's her name. Hot babe, by the way. I mean, tweet that out. Hot babe.
Just
Yeah. Woo!
top
Yeah,
notch.
extreme sauce.
But yeah, man, picture that. You're Prince Charles when you're a little boy. Hey, you're next in line to be king. Oh, cool.
And
You know
she
what?
just
And then
won't die.
She will not die.
She's just on the
Ever.
carriage. She just has people with the freaking stick, the puppet master,
Yeah.
just holding up her arm.
But technically,
That flabby wrinkle, and then another stick goes like this.
yeah, but technically still alive. That's wild, man.
Oh yeah, no, her heartbeats.
How old is she? She's got to be close to 100.
92
92?
and 70. That's wild because that's still 20 years. That's 22 years. My dad is 24 years older than me. When I'm 70, my dad is 94. Isn't that freaking insane? I'd be like, die. Just die, Dad. Die already.
Yeah.
I'm 70. I don't even care anymore.
Well, exactly.
Just die. 5. Okay.
Oh, George. So you're right. We're going to get a King George again.
I'm right?
Well, you're saying Prince George is going to get it. You're just being dumb.
I like hearing him say
But-
that. I said that name out of my ass. Did not know there was a George.
I didn't know either, but...
But any case, how's everybody feeling tonight? Yeah, I don't know what else to talk about.
Yeah, we went on, this whole...
It was a good topic.
Monarchy. Yeah.
He kind of whispered to me. He's like, we're just talking, because we were watching some of our old stuff, and it's like, honestly, that's where the entertainment is. We're just having a couple beers and we're talking about anything. So, and that's why we have, like, I mean, I can't even read
How
that
many
number.
is that?
Yeah, that's why you have that many people watching. But yeah. You know, at the same time, we'll read every damn comment.
That's the plus. That's the plus. Why do you keep shining that thing in my eyes? I don't want to see that. But I don't know. We're probably done now, eh?
Yeah, I think so. I think we did good. We're over an hour in.
Are we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was all right.
Whatever. It wasn't. It was honestly, all this stuff is so spur of the moment. This we were gonna copy our last year's March one.
Yeah.
Because
well,
I'm
we
gonna
still
start-
can. We still can.
Because I'm gonna start work
no,
soon.
no. Hold on.
So we'll probably do
No,
one
we
more
still
like
can.
this.
We got. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We can do that one.
We'll probably do one more like this, but then yeah, it's gonna be like this same deal. At the same time, it might not be, because I might take a little more time off this summer. But yeah, I mean, it's back. Like, I can't believe it's almost back to working season again.
It's crazy.
6 months of I'm just
like
done.
just the fact that April's like a week and a half away is hard to believe.
And that's the end.
It's hard to believe.
It's the end of this relaxing time.
Like we're a week and 4 days away from April.
Yeah.
That's wild. Whatever. These people don't care. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. It was a lot of fun. We had a good time. I had a good time.
I had a really good time. Yeah, it was
time.
spur of the moment, but we were actually both kind of antsy for it. We were talking about it, we were watching it. It's like, Shane was like, I want to stream right now. I'm like, done.
Yeah. I don't know what
I wish it was a little more planned, and we can do that.
Yeah, we could. Yeah. But
at the same time, whatever.
Man, it's still fun. And that's
We're shooting the shit with you guys. It's good times.
That's the only reason I do it. Like, even though we know everybody in the chat and stuff, like whatever. It's just fun to do.
It's more like a hangout, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
We'd be hanging out anyway.
Yeah,
right?
we'd be here anyway.
Honestly, we'd be hanging out. It's like, let's just stream. Boom, we hit the freaking thing. And done.
Yeah, and then we're talking about Queen Elizabeth and whatever, all that stuff. But
and Prince Cock.